Hey, Good Fox here. Today I am back with JGarcia, and this time we're talking about the market, stubs, everything, how to get players, how to sell players, the online marketplace, everything. We're going to go into that in depth here, kind of give a rundown of how to do it, like a beginner's breakdown almost. So, JGarcia, how are you doing?
I'm doing well today.
Great. So let's talk about first the main currencies of the Diamond Dynasty, Stubs. And can you just give us kind of a background of that, kind of introduction to the market?
So for those that have played FIFA or Madden in the past, you guys know what coins are. And stubs are essentially the currency of MLB The Show Diamond Dynasty. The main difference is at the end of Madden Ultimate Team games and FIFA Ultimate Team games, you get 1,000 coins, 1,500 coins, whatever. In Diamond Dynasty, you get maybe 70 stubs. So a stub holds a lot more worth than a coin in Madden Ultimate Team. So for reference, the most expensive player in the game in the show will not cost more than 500,000 stubs because that's literally the max price. You cannot list an item for more than 500,000 stubs. In Madden, there's tons of players that, not tons, but there's a good amount of players that cost more than 500,000 coins. So stubs, how to get stubs is a very big part of Diamond Dynasty, and it's how a bunch of people struggle. However, it's worth noting there are no contracts, which makes it a lot easier. So I can go over a couple of the tactics that everyone loves about how to make stubs in this game. One of them is utilizing theshownation.com. Now, theshownation.com is the MLB The Show website that's ran by San Diego Studios, and you can go on there and actually sell some of your items and buy items on there at any time you want. So when making profits off the auction house, in other games it's all about what margins you're getting from buying someone and selling someone, right?
Yep.
In the show, there's both a sell now and a buy now. So it means the buy now price for a gold player, let's just say, what's a theoretical player? Jason Kipnis, second baseman. He'll sell for around 5,000 stubs. And someone that might want stubs quicker without waiting on the without waiting for someone to buy it as quickly, will sell it now. Essentially, people can put up something called sell now orders, which they put in stubs on an order for Jason Kipnis, theoretically. They can put up 3,500 stubs, and those stubs get deducted immediately from the player's account. Then these 3,500 stubs are available for someone to go sell their Jason Kipnis to immediately on the auction block. And as soon as that transaction happens, the person that sells that Jason Kipnis card will get 3,500 stubs minus 10% because the tax, and that card will go to the person that has the sell now. So that makes sense.
It's exactly like a bid-ask system, like the real stock market runs on. You put up an order that you want to buy this guy for this amount of coins. They sell it to you at that price, or they can put up their own order at their own price, and then another guy can come by and buy that for that price that he put it up for. So there's a little bit of a difference between the buy and sell prices. Now, are you able to exploit that difference for profit?
Yes, you are. So the people look for big margins, like buy now for 700 stubs and a sell now for 200. People will put up a sell order for 300, and people are very impatient with this game, let me tell you. They will take that, and as soon as you get that card, you can list it up for 650 or whatever, and you get a nice profit. That's how lots of people make stubs on this game. And it's, if you know what you're doing and you know what you're looking for, it's a very good way to make stubs.
Now, is there a maximum amount of orders you can have up on the market at once?
Yes, I don't have the number on me, but it's more. It's I think it's more than 20. It's maybe 25, 30, 35.
Okay. And there's no way of buying an increased.
This buy and sell orders both count as an order, so you can have if I don't know what the max is, I think it's around 30. So for example's sake, if you have 30 buy orders and 30 sell orders, no, 15 buy orders and 15 sell orders, that means it's 30 total orders. You can't do anything else until you cancel one of them.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. So that's a little different than Madden and Mutt and whatnot, but I like the show style of doing it, and you can do it like when you're out and about on the website. That's kind of cool.
There's an interesting twist because in FIFA and Madden, a bunch of people would transfer coins by buying a bronze stadium for 1 million coins or something like that. You can't do that in this game because you can only buy the cheapest option. You can't. You have no select. You can't select anything else.
So you gotta basically buy the whole market up if you want to do some coin transfers.
Yep. Which and they monitor very specifically against that, and I am not advocating to do that because that's a bad idea, and you will find yourself in a bad situation.
You'll find yourself without a game to play. Basically, they'll ban you.
Yeah. I mean, these guys, the devs for SDS are fantastic. Do a great job. They really care about the game. Like they're putting in content in March. When would Madden do that? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it's March and we're getting Madden content.
You're right. But they've done a lot of stuff to give back to the community, and they really care about the integrity of the online marketplace. So they watch very heavily over, I think, fishy transactions. And however, I should mention, they're very lenient about bans. Like if you do that, in my opinion, the first one's a slap on the wrist. It's like a weak ban. It depends on what you do, but essentially, I'm not gonna go too much into criminal penalties right now. But I just wanted to say they're very reasonable people and worth shouting out.
Oh, great! That's good. And I really do appreciate they have a dedication to the online marketplace and they care for it. That's very important for a game like this to work. All right. So what else? Stubs. Any other great ways you can buy them? Right, with cash.
You can buy them with cash. I'm not certain. I mean, they've had the same prices for the last 2 years. I have not bought Stubs in a couple years, so I'm not too familiar with the prices, but I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, it's like 5,000 for $20. That'll get you 25 standard packs, which is a terrible idea. Don't do that unless you just want to mess around and have fun ripping packs, which is not the smartest decision, but if that's what you want to do, then I'm not stopping you.
That's fair.
And how a lot of people make Stubs as well is hoarding players that they think will go up in a other roster update and attribute changes. So I'll give an example of this from last year. Kyle Seager. He is a third baseman on the Mariners. He was a silver, and he was tearing it up in May. And I think he was slugging like 800. I don't know if you're familiar with the terms of baseball or not, but that's extremely well. That's really good. So I thought he was going to get an upgrade. So I bought literally 93 Kyle Seagers for 200 Stubs each. Now, silvers have an automatic quick sell value of 100 Stubs, and golds have a quick sell value of 1,000. So literally, if he goes up to a gold in this next attribute change, I will literally already guaranteed make my Stubs back plus so much more.
5 times as much. Yep.
Yeah, easily. And I was able to predict that, and I got, like 93K. So that's one way to make Stubs, and that's how a lot of people love making Stubs in this game, because it's fun to keep up with the game. It makes you pay attention to what's going on in the actual sport. So I love that part about this game. And
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So on that, how frequently and how many guys do they upgrade, and how when do they do it, and give it kind of that background?
So
is it like a set number per week? Like Madden has so many Team of the Week players?
No. They do it depending on what they think, and lots of people have issues with them because either we're all familiar with the community of the
oh yeah, of course,
community. Like, they're kind of they like to express their opinion. So if, for example, they think someone should get an upgrade, they're pretty vocal about it. But in general, they're pretty good about which player deserves which attributes. But you don't really see like diamond, like the transition from gold to diamond every week. You'll see, you'll usually get a silver to gold at least a week. Sometimes it's stacked, sometimes it's not. But usually,
what does stacked mean?
Stacked is in like lots of high overall cards getting lots of is pretty much how the attribute changes works. And actually, they have implemented something in their system where you can actually go look at the attribute, like which card gets what, like went up 3, went down 3. There's something in the show that lets you see which attributes changed. Also, you can use daddyleagues.com, which I would recommend.
Yeah, definitely. Great website right there for everything Diamond Dynasty. I'm just going to say here, you cut out there for me a little bit in the middle, but let's just keep on going. If I cut out for you, I'm sorry.
You're good.
Hey, so what would be the best way of getting players? You said something about packs. Now, I guess first day of this, the first week of Madden, the first couple weeks of Madden, it's pretty crazy. How crazy is it for the first day or week in the MLB The Show?
You'll see a lot of people that will try and go crazy on Battle Royale and basically win the lottery. That's my analogy. So if you're actually good at the game and you can get in on playing Battle Royale in the beginning of the game, you can actually make stubs off of what other people made. Like basically, these people will put in 1,500 stubs, and that's a complete waste because they suck. And just being honest, and the high overall players will be able to beat them and get higher overall cards from the rewards.
I gotcha. But are there like any specific players to target early on, like low overalls or anything like that? Who do you think would be good money makers as the year goes on?
I have some sleepers.
Okay.
I think.
But like you talk, will prospects go up in ratings? Let's do more general players than.
That's actually a very interesting point you bring up, because last year, I don't know if you're familiar with MLB or like specific like parts of the MLB. Like, I don't know if you heard about this guy Yoan Moncada,
yeah,
number 1 prospect, and he did terrible. However, for some reason, San Diego Studios boosted him up to an 80, which is a silver, and which is ridiculous. You might not know this because you're not familiar with the ratings and overall stuff, but he struck out like 25% of the time while he's up in the majors, and he got a big boost. So maybe they are lenient towards prospects, because Corey Seager had a monster year last year, and he went from a silver 84 all the way up to a 92. So I think that in general, the people that have higher potential to go up, I mean, they will go up because that's what they're supposed to do. Like Chris Bryant a couple years ago. Once again, if you target prospects to invest in the beginning of the game, that's a decent play. I think you should be more concerned about using those stubs toward your team, though, rather than investments in the beginning of the game.
All right, very cool. And so, like, playing games head-to-head, are you going to do a lot of sets and stuff, playing the games and to acquire stubs and players?
So I'm probably going to be doing I'm going to get Conquest done immediately. Have you gone over Conquest yet?
No.
All right, so Conquest is a part of the show. It's a mode in Diamond Dynasty where essentially it's like Risk, actually. I don't know if you read about this or not, but you get a certain amount of troops, literally, and then you have to go invade all these different stadiums across the country.
Oh, that's cool. That's a good way of making coins and achieving things there too. But are there any other market tips or anything like that that you want to share?
I mean, to be completely honest, it's a huge part of this game to predict who's going up when. That's why videos on YouTube of those predictions on the Thursday nights before the Friday updates have so many views, because people really want to get in on this. So it's really just flipping players and predicting who's going to go where. That's pretty much it.
So it's gambling, just about.
Pretty much.
Nice. That sounds fun. Maybe I'll do a couple of those and predict.
If you stick to Conquest, and if you really do those missions, that's how you get a great team, and that's how people really got great teams last year as well. And it's really a fan favorite thing, and that's how a lot of people make stubs and make great teams.
Yeah, so it does seem like, based on what you're saying, the no money spent and stuff, it seems like it's pretty easy to have a really competitive team with no money spent, or is it?
It takes time. You know, it's not like insane, but it definitely takes time. But if you get good at the game, and you take your talents over to Battle Royale, that can be a huge part of your team's success.
Okay. Well, that's it. Then I guess get good is the tip.
Yeah, but by playing Conquest. Conquest is a fantastic way to learn the game and knock out missions to get your team better as well. So it's a fantastic road that SDS has put out for beginners to make a great team.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Well, thanks, JGarcia, once again for giving us the tips and helping us through this beginning stages of MLB The Show 17, Diamond Dynasty.
Of course.
Take care. And
Absolutely. You do the same.
yeah, thanks. Have a good one, man.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
Yeah.